Cars of NZV8 Magazine, Chris Tynan's 55 Chevy top door slammer. Want to find out more about cars like this? Check out the next issue of NZV8 Magazine. It's on sale tomorrow. Our first ever NZV8 feature car is also the cover car of the new issue of NZV8 Magazine. I've fallen in love at first sight with this thing. It is probably one of the most beautifully detailed and built, not just drag cars, but race cars anywhere in New Zealand. It's the Heat Treatments Racing, Kevin McGregor driven Pontiac GTO. It says it's a Pontiac GTO, but I'm assuming you can't just ring up a Pontiac dealer in California and order one of these things.
No, the car has to be specially built, and it takes about 4 months for Jerry Bickle to build you a chassis, and you just go through like a 4-page sheet, and you get 3 options or 4 options on each part.
Not everyone can get themselves a Jerry Bickle car, and that makes this quite special.
Yes, he only does 45 a year, so you have to get in the queue about 6 months before. The day this was finished, this was the most advanced car in the world, and he's built another 4 since this. So basically a 4330 Pro Moly chassis. 99% of the car's carbon fibre. Anything that's not steel or alloy is carbon. In America, these cars are called a Pro Mod. Here we call them a door slammer. 500 cubic inch Pro Stock engine. It runs 2 carburetors, 1150 CFM carburetors. Its rev range is basically 7,000 to 10,000 on a really, really good day. Fully censored, so it's got oxygen probes for the exhausts. Allows us to tune each jet to suit that cylinder. It'll tell me wheel spin, it'll tell me how the engine's running. On paper it makes about 1,300 horsepower. The chassis will handle 3,000 horsepower, so it's about 1,700 light of where it should be.
Tell us a little bit about the suspension setup on the car.
Okay, it's got a Coney digital shock system in it, where you hook up your laptop, you can map the track, say the track's got some bad bumps in it here and there. You can actually graph it and soften or harden that shock depending where your bumps are on the track. From burnout, where you have them very hard so the car doesn't squat, it just jumps up and smokes the tyres. And then when I back, they flick the onboard computer, because you only want to log the race, and he also pushes the other button which sets the shocks into race mode that we've mapped on the computer.
Your shocks are totally adjustable throughout the run. You actually program the settings to change throughout the run.
As it gets down the track, they soften, because the tyre grows that much that there's only about 4 inches of this massive tyre on the track. So any little wee bump will actually break traction. You actually start smoking the tyres. When you come up to the start line, you've got your line lock. This locks your front wheels up so you can do your burnout. This lever here is for your forward and reverse. And then when you come up to the line, you've got like an air clutch, and my finger holds on that while I'm waiting for the lights to come down. Then I let that button go. That's the only thing. The throttle's flat to the floor. And then you've got your second gear and your third gear.
Kevin, that's awesome. Hey, thanks very much for your time. I just got to say again, this is one of the most gorgeous race cars I've ever seen. I just can't believe the attention to detail, and it's a credit to yourself and the whole Heat Treatments racing team. Yep. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being on NZV8 TV, and we better let you get back out on the strip.
Yep.
This is my 1968 Plymouth Cuda drag car. It's powered by a 604 cubic inch Ray Barton from Pennsylvania Hemi engine. It's backed with a Liberty 5-speed manual transmission and a Dana 60 rear end. So I've had the car for about 3 years. Bought the car from West Virginia and put my engine on the car. And to date, we've run a best of an 8.24 at 165 mile an hour.
Wayne's top street final will be against long-time rival Sam Levine.
It's going to be a close final.
Wayne and I are both psyched up to race each other again, and Wayne's pretty sharp, and I seem to try twice as hard when I'm racing Wayne, so it's a real good showdown between the two of us, and we both enjoy it. It's a 1970 Plymouth Duster. It's got a 505 Keith Black engine with B1 heads, all aluminium, with a fuel injection on top of a sheet metal ram. It's running 1,000 horsepower at the moment, but if we put a 500 horse Nosca in it, we'll have 1,500, and it should run mid-sevens all right.
NZDRA New Zealand Nationals top street final.
All right, slamming Sammy Levine, here he goes. Oh, both wheels up, look at that launch go. Wayne Grimmer also nice and clean this time, half track. They are 5.252 and over the line, win going to Wayne Grimmer, going through 165 miles per hour versus a 160 mile an hour pass, 8.32.
Oh, mate, what a race. That's probably one of the best races I've ever had. Sam left on me. He had a bit of a whole shot on me, but I need a national record to pull him in and take the win, but that was an awesome race.
The May issue of NZV8 features Kevin McGregor's stunning Pontiac GTO, a scary fast SLR Tirana, a tough street-driven Camaro, full coverage of the Century Battery NZDRA Nationals, circuit racing with the Central Muscle Cars, and of course the Beach Hop. Smith's Group has brought you NZV8 TV.